Julie here. So when you're trying to help a child with contamination OCD, how do you do it without offering the dreaded reassurance, especially if you're a nurturing parent like I am? Well, the first thing that I was taught to do when we were fortunate enough to get help from CAMS was to actually make a decision, a conscious decision to state to them, you will no longer be offering reassurance. That's step one. Step two is when they do then ask for reassurance, try and distract that reassurance and that thought by talking about something different, something they're going to engage with, or even just say, well, do you fancy popping out for a walk? Or do you fancy going for a ride in the car? Anything that can distract them from actually asking for constant reassurance. If you really can't get them to sort of distract themselves from the thought or to not be so petrified that they're going to need some sort of reassurance, then offer it, but do it in a way that you're actually detaching it from them. For example, I call out my daughter's OCD Hank. So if you are going to communicate and reassure, try and reassure it as if you're reassuring Hank, the OCD, rather than your child. Because one point that was brought up to us was never to actually treat the OCD as part of your child, because it's separate from your child. And the more that they get to realise that it is separate from them, the more chances you have of actually helping them via exposure therapy to stop doing compulsions each time they have an anxious thought. So say step one is just to make a ground rule and say, right, from now on or from tomorrow, whenever you want it to be, we won't be offering any more reassurance because it's silly, you don't need it, so we won't be offering any reassurance. Step two is when they do start to ask for reassurance, which they will, then just try and distract that reassuring thought and just do something more fun instead, like an engaging conversation, or just do a board game, go for a walk or go for a ride in the car. And if all else fails, and there will be times that you will have to yield a bit to OCD, sadly, and you will have to give in a little bit for the sanity of your child and for yourself, to be honest, then if you really have to do it, then try and do it in a way that you're communicating with OCD separate from your child. For example, I could say to my daughter, right, well, you don't need reassurance, but if Hank is constantly asking for reassurance from on this one occasion, just tell Hank, yes, I did do it, but I won't be confirming anymore when I do it or when I don't. Hope that's helped on how to help a child with contamination OCD. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press the bell button if you want to see more videos on this topic. And I also write books for children aged 5 to 8 because what I identified from my daughter having OCD was that very often it can sneak in before you've even realised it's arrived. So I'm on a mission to try and educate children as young as 5 to 8 on how to speak up to intrusive thoughts before it takes control and becomes a real problem, not just for the child that you're helping with contamination OCD, but for the whole family. Bye for now.